Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising. It's the weekly reading for the week of September the 30th to October the 6th. Your cards this week, Taurus, we have the Mirror Oracle card. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the beautiful Wheel of Fortune, Five of Wands, Ace of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So I'm just going to kick off here by reading out your Oracle card, Taurus. Mirror, who or what is triggering you? The filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time. Through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it is an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed or loved. Yeah, okay, so Taurus, that's the kind of energy of a situation that does irritate us on a certain level, and it can be because it is triggering a similar unhealed experience from the past. It can also be the things in ourselves that are in our shadow side that we see in another person. Either way, we do see in your past position here with that Five of Wands, we see that triggering experience here. So look, it is a general reading. It's very difficult to say what it will be. It'll be different for all of you. It can just be that person that maybe they're a bit of a petty gossip, and you just really don't like gossip. You're sick of people talking about other people, and that triggers something in you. Maybe you used to participate in it, but not anymore. Maybe it's that person that's just really sort of picky and finicky, and you see that as being really critical. Maybe you're critical yourself. Anyway, it's that kind of energy that sort of just gets under your skin, something that might just make you feel like you're in a state of inner conflict with yourself, with others. It could be in the workplace, because often, we come up against those situations in the workplace because we can be, challenged by the kind of work we're doing. We're already in a slight state of stress, and then when someone triggers us, that can just, become, even more heightened. Can be in a relationship too, a live-in situation where it's when often somebody sees both the best and the worst of us, and vice versa. Either way, I feel like there probably has been a situation or an event with somebody where it's kind of come to a bit of a head. Could even have broken out into a little bit of an argument, some kind of petty discussion, that kind of thing. I do feel like there has been a little bit of drama emerging. With the Ace of Swords though, I think you're really ready to, cut through the rubbish, to clear the air. I think that during that situation where it's unfolding, while this thing has been triggering you, you've been feeling a little out of power, and now you're really, really wanting to, regain that sense of victory, to recrown yourself. Also, the Ace of Swords can be about having that breakthrough, getting the clarity, seeing the situation for what it is, and cutting yourself free from it, not being willing to engage in petty dramas, arguments, gossip, those kind of things that are triggering you, and it's not serving your highest purpose. It's not allowing you to be the person that you truly want to be. I think that's what that Ace of Swords is. It is that kind of revelation. Ace of Swords can also be about setting boundaries, setting boundaries between yourself and the situation. Either way, I think you've just had enough of it. You're evolving to a greater place in your life, and it's time to deal with things that are triggering you. And look at this. I'm going to go here for your present situation. Yeah, okay, so it's quite likely that this week the person that's involved in the situation could come in and offer you an apology. They could offer you an apology. They could, if it's a relationship or a friendship that's gone sour, they could offer you a second chance, or take me back, that kind of energy. Yeah, either way, it's somebody coming in, they're extending an opportunity, an offer, an apology, something like that to you. But I don't see you taking it. I think you've had enough and you'd prefer just to move on. I think you're really, you've got the 3 cups that are left down here, 3 being the number of new manifestations. I think you'd rather cut your losses and move on and manifest something new rather than rejoining the energy of this situation. And I think some of you feel quite hurt as well. Some of you might feel like you've been a bit deceived, a little bit backstabbed. I think the situation has hurt you in some way. So, fundamentally, I see you walking away. So this person's come in to offer you the final cup that was missing to make you stay in the situation. Look, this fits in there. But I see you saying, you know what, I've had enough. It's not going to fulfill me. Not really, wanting an 8 of Cups reality. I'm going to seek new experiences, new things. And the 8 of Cups actually popped out with the 10 of Cups here. So for me, this means that, what you really want to move on to is a 10 of Cups reality, which is all about, abundance and joy and harmony in terms of the emotional realm. And you're not willing to accept any less than that. So that's what you're walking towards. No more 8 of Cups reality, 4 of Cups reality. You want the whole shebang. And yeah, if it is a relationship situation, that can mean that you're really desiring somebody that you can go the full distance with, someone that you can marry and have children with and live in a beautiful state of harmony. That's what we're really wanting here. And, intuitively, you know what you're doing. You know what the best move is for you. And I do think that for a lot of you, it is about moving on. 8's the number of mastery and power. We've got 2 8s actually, just notice that. 8 is the number of mastery and power. So, you like I said with the Ace of Swords, you're moving back into a powerful center this week, Taurus. You've realized that you've learned what you needed to learn out of the situation. You're being the bigger person and you're walking away because, if you kind of re-engage with that situation, do what you always did, get what you always got, and you don't want more of the same. You want that 10 of Cups reality. So I think it's time to move on to bigger and better things. Sorry, where did that one go? One went up there. And move on to bigger and better things you will, because the universe is saying that is what is predestined for you. It's saying that it is time for that wheel to shift. Now, the Wheel of Fortune is actually everywhere at the moment. There's lots of people that are going through really big shifts in their life. What I love about the Wheel of Fortune in this reading, Taurus, is that it can be a luck change. If you have had a bit of bad luck associated with the situation, this is the wheel turning in your favor. 5 is a number of conflict and change, but so here we have the change, and it's a favorable one. The Wheel of Fortune talks about karmic contracts ending. It is about endings and beginnings. So I feel like that, this situation probably was kind of written in your life contract. You've got the lessons you needed to, and now you can move on from that. You can move on in a different direction. The Wheel of Fortune can be said to have a 10-year energy. So, this change, this new chapter that you're beginning, is likely that it will kind of influence the next decade of your life, the next chapter anyway. Strong divine timing here. We've got 2 elements of divinity in your reading saying it is the right time for this shift to take place. And we have that with the 8 of Pentacles. So for me in this reading, this is about you building your new direction. Really deciding what you want for your life now in terms of what the situation relates to, whether it's in the business realm, whether it's in relationships. This is you actually carving out your new direction. And you're doing so, by your own hand. So what that means now, I've got the sense in this reading is that maybe in the past, maybe life happened to you rather than you being kind of the puppet master or the orchestrator of your life. Now I think that you are deciding what you want for your life and you are creating it. You're creating it by hand. Maybe you're manifesting it. Maybe you're making very deliberate strategic moves in your life to bring in the things, the people, situations that you really truly desire. It's about being proud of where you've come from and taking the steps to, build a life that you can be very proud of and that I think you're willing to put the hard work in. So you're going to be moving into a chapter where you're building a new future for yourself, building a new direction, carving it out, and calling in the things that are truly a great match for you, Taurus. Just might need to move on from a situation that was triggering you, that is no longer serving your highest purpose. So that's what I have for you this week, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind it is a general reading. It won't be for every one of you. Feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to know how it's playing out in your daily life. And I'll be back here for another reading with you next week.